So, welcome to the South African Academy Online Racing. Yes, we are about to start. It's going to be quite interesting. We have a number of drivers that are still out and about on holiday, but I'm sure that's going to all change, and we should be back up to speed. But nevertheless, to say, we do have quite a grid this evening, and I'm sure there's going to be lots of entertainment for everybody. And I think that's all going to be going down and happening. So we're going to start off with qualies, and then we're going to go into a 50% race. And thank you for joining us. If you are joining us via the stream, we do appreciate it. And thank you for joining us. As I mentioned, we are going to be taking you through qualification and then obviously on to the next bit. So let's start up and see where we are, and then obviously go from there. So I'm just waiting for the guys to ready up. We are under 7 seconds before we start this race. So yep, I'm going to just put on where the guys are and what's actually happening. And then we're going to take it through this evening and carry on with the live broadcast. We're just loading in as I speak. So that's going to be great for us. We're obviously going to just carry on taking you through some of the guys that are here this evening. And it's great to have you on board here on the South African Academy Online Racing. So here we are at the moment, 8 drivers present, and we are obviously going in straight into qualification side, and then on we go. So we're just waiting for the drivers to get out and use that opportunity to get onto the track this evening and drive away. So great to have you on board once again, as I mentioned. And as I said, we have quite a small field, but we are expecting others to join us this evening. Looks as though Staffy is out on the track at the moment, as well as Devon. And then let's have a look at what's going to be happening and who's going to be doing what this evening. Obviously we're out in Hungary, so all the thrills and spills of Hungary. The circuit does demand a lot of concentration. Very quick track, but obviously I'm sure the guys are going to be ready and prepared for this evening's event. Yes, we've had a long break, and hopefully you've enjoyed the break too, and hopefully everybody is fine and well, and going to be very much joining in the activities here this evening on the South African Academy Online Racing. So we're out on the track at the moment with Devon, and as you can see, he's had a bit of practice, he's told me. He's had a bit of practice, but I'm sure he said he was practicing in Austria for some reason. So he spent about an hour practicing at the Austrian circuit. Obviously miscommunication, and then found out, no, this evening we're actually doing Hungary. So here we are in Hungary. Some lovely quick corners to go through. This is obviously a really quick left-hander, and then it goes into a right-hander, sweeping through flat out, and into another right-hander, then a left-hander coming up. So you can see somebody's off the track already, and then as you come round this right-hander, it's definitely going to be a little bit tricky in this section. There's the boards, the 50 mark boards, into this S here. From this S straight into a left, and then we've got a heaping right turn, almost 90 degrees, and then into a left S again, and then it's straight down for a while, and then we do a almost 90-degree right-hander, and then we've got a 180 turn at the bottom of this area. As you can see right now, here's the 180. Pit lane is on the right hand side, and then we've got another 180 turn to the right, and then it's through start and finish. So we'll be interested to see what sort of times are going to be posted. And there we go, Devon's just put on a 127, so that's fantastic for him, and we're going to make sure we check that out. Looks as though Staff's just put on a 122 this evening, so lots of opportunities looking to be done. Some of the big names are not here this evening, and I'm sure these guys are going to be making sure that they use this opportunity to get points and to stay in the points at the moment. So it's all going to be down to who's doing what now. And there is a big contender in, it looks like De Wit has just put on a 1 minute 17 seconds. 1 minute 17 seconds, so I'm sure he's going to be pretty happy with that particular time this evening. Very nice time from him. And Springbok Gamers just put on a 1 minute 18, so there's still some work to be done by the lower section here this evening, but I'm sure that they are definitely going to be hugging on. We do have Gav Pig, we have Thomas, we have Weza in the party, we have Tix. He's also here this evening, so great to see them all here joining us for this racing session. Bit wide there, but I will take you to the other side and go there. Have a look here in the McLaren at the moment is Tix. He's doing exceptionally well at the moment, taking control of the car. Let's see what types and what turns and what he can do this evening. It is great to see Tix with us. Yeah, you can hear those tires screaming at the moment. It's always great to have these guys on board. Thank you for watching the stream as well. And these are great. Grateful for your comments. So write it down below. And obviously thank you for joining us this evening while we take on the first race the season 2019. Even though we are continuing with our championship, this is the first race of 2019. So yep, it's January the 13th, 2019. So always great to have the guys with us. The looks as though Tix has just put on a 1 minute 18. Springbok Gamer comes back with a 1 minute 17. So very nice. I'm sure the guys are going to be going into the pits. Devon, a nice 120 there. Very nicely done there. It looks as though looks like Wes is also not out yet, but he has joined, as well as Thomas. And then Gav Pig, he's also there, so great to see him on board at the moment. And we'll go and have a look exactly what they will be doing this evening. Devon at the moment. Let's see what Devon's back with Devon. I'm sure he's done a couple of tweaks to the motor vehicle to see whereabouts he's actually going to be ending up today. And that's going to be great for us. Yes, and I just want to mention Raymond Foss. Yep, we are, I thought you were busy out at sea, but I see you are watching the stream, so thanks for doing that. Great to have you watching. Marius, always good to have you on board with us once again. And, well, let me see. We've got here, I'm just scrolling up. Hey, it's Frankensaw. Nice to have you on board with us and watching. And we're still waiting for you to actually get hold of that Formula 1 2018, so hopefully you can do that pretty soon and join us in our season here on the South African Online Racing. Great to have you on board with us. So we've just got some times coming in at the moment. Looks as though Springbok Gamer is on top of his game at the moment. He's got a 1 minute 17.946. We need to see what's happened there. De Wit is down in a 1 minute. He's got a 1 minute 17.864. So we've got a couple of guys in the pits still. Gav Pig is on his outer lap. He's just pushed in a 1 minute 19, so that's pretty interesting. And we obviously need to make sure that he's going to be looking in that Ferrari. His partner not being here, as well as Devon at the moment, his partner not being here. But it looks as though we're still waiting for Wezza to go out and have a drive, so we'll be just keeping a keen eye on his qualification time at the moment. But as you can see, all is well at the moment with these drivers. It looks as though a little bit of a loss there from Tix, but I'm sure he's going to come back there. Tix a little bit out doesn't look to be serious. So he's not totally out of the qualification round, even though he would have made it through to the next round as he's currently standing there. But obviously he's going to have no steering at the moment. He needs to get that. He's got to nurse it back to the pit. I'm sure that anybody on an outer lap at the moment, such as Springbok Gamer, is going to be watching and keeping a careful eye out. I don't think he's aware that Tix has crashed and burned the front of his car, but I'm sure he's going to be going. He hasn't got too far to go to the pits. He's got this 90-degree to the right to do it, 180 around here, and then just go into the pits and sort that little altercation out from his side. Going to be putting now. It's great. Here we are on board with Gav Pig. Nice to have him back. He's just recently returned from his holiday here in South Africa. He's gone back to Ghana, so he will be looking to put some great times on as well. And as you can see, he's handling his pace at the moment. He's got a 119. I'm sure he's not going to be happy with a 119. But I'm sure he's going to be wanting to put that up much, much more than what it currently is. And he wants to bring himself surely into the top 3. He's actually in the top 3 at the moment. So we'll be watching very carefully to see what's going on in that particular round. Hasn't managed to improve his time, but I'm sure he's going to be looking to do that anyway. And yeah, we'll definitely see. And let's have a broad view of what is actually taking place. We'll just switch it out at the moment and go back down there. Leaving the pits at the moment. And yep, it is definitely in from that side. I'm just putting through to see who has done some of these laps at the moment. You can see there is Gav Pig out on track at the moment. He is trying to close that gap in a big way at the moment, so we'll be watching out. A little bit of a ding basher there, so hopefully he hasn't done any damage to the car. And let's put you onto the track as we watch what is going on in this particular section. So 2 retirees at the moment. That is De Wit. He's placed a 117. He's made the qualification, and therefore he's retired from the session. So has Staff at the moment. So, yeah, almost another little incident at the moment. 6 in for the second qualification session. 12 minutes to go. And then we will see who will be taking that top spot. So a lot of guys out of this at the moment. Looks as though there was a crash out done by DeWitt and by Staff. They are not currently in this session, so unfortunately a little bit of an incident there, and both are not in the second quali session at the moment. Hopefully they can get themselves back in to the race, and as I mentioned, this is not our normal following, but we have to continue with the season, and at the moment this is race number 12 of season 3. So yep, we will be watching quite carefully of exactly who is going to be moving up the championship, and also the opportunity is here because some of the guys are not available for this evening. So normally we have approximately 16 drivers in each of our sessions here at the South African Academy Online Racing, and unfortunately this evening, the beginning of a new year, and most of the individuals are not here at the moment. So but nevertheless, we are bringing you the live stream at the moment. Gav Pig just puts up 1 minute 18.247. And it looks as though Devon coming back nicely. He started off with the 122. He's managed to take off 2 seconds of his original time. So nice to see him in that particular situation. We are on board with Tix at the moment. He is obviously wanting to put a great time on. And it could be that possibility we should see within a couple of seconds, and you can see there he's put on a 1 minute 18. So 1 minute 18 has he put on there, 1 minute 18.575. Can he improve on that time? Can he do better? That's the question in all our minds. He is racing for McLaren currently. They do need the points, so it's very important for them. Springbok Game at the moment still in the pits. I think he's just chilling out, making sure all his settings are good, and then he'll be going out onto the track there. I see TMB Aweza also in the room, and then Thomas. So the 2 Red Bulls are actually in the room at the moment, so that's great news for them because they need the points. They need those points anyway, so I'm sure that's going to be a part of their strategy. And I mean, it is a team sport as well, so they're going to be wanting to make sure they finish at least in the top 8, which is possible for this evening because there's only 8 drivers. But that's not to say that you know, there are going to be some very interesting situations going to be coming through today on this race here in Hungary. So we are in race number 12 in Hungary, season 3, here at the South African Academy Online Racing. So I'm sure this is going to be where it is happening, and we're excited to see the opportunities that are going to be put forward to the teams to see where they're going to be ending up. So great to have you on board with us. If you are on the live stream, thank you for joining us, and it's always appreciated here at this South African Academy Online Racing to have you on board with us, and to our many followers that follow us, thank you very much for when it comes. The race starts. When does the race start? So there are some new people on board. Thank you, Dutch, for joining us at the moment. So Dutch, let me explain to you what actually happens. We have 3 sessions of qualification. Then what actually happens is of the first quali, the second quali, and then the final qualification, and then the race normally starts after that. So we do have the full qualification session of the F1 here at the South African Academy Online Racing. And you can see the horses at the moment. We're on board with Springbok Gamer. I'm sure we're wanting to see what he's going to be putting up, because he's already seen the current times that have been set. So I'm sure he's going to be trying to make sure that he gets in there So another 14, probably 12 minutes in this session, as we know, and then we go on to a much quicker final session, which is quali number 3, and then it's all done and dusted and ready for the race. So we're on board at the moment with Springbok Gamer. Been racing with the South African Academy online racing group since 2017. So we are in 2019, so almost 2 years of racing. And what improvements have been made from him is quite incredible. I mean, when Springbok Gamer first joined us, he was on all assists. Everything was put on, and now we're racing with no assists at all. And as I mentioned, probably season 4 we will take off the last bit of that assist, which is the cornering assist, which just guides the driver on which is the best line to drive on when he's coming through those particular sections. So I'm sure this is going to be interesting for some. Obviously this is the top league, this is the esports series here on the South African Academy Online Racing, and what we try and do is bring you entertaining racing and also provide you the best possible entertainment when it comes to the Formula 1 sector. Just remember, if you are interested in any other types of racing such as project cars, we do have the SAAOLR group, yes, the South African online racing community, and that is run by Dylan, and they have currently a session going on which is starting on Thursday, this coming Thursday, and I can tell you now that's going to be a whole lot of fun, because it is going to be the race of champions. That is what is coming up, so we're looking forward to seeing that particular event happening, and all of the guys are going to be taking care of that race. And it's actually quite an interesting section, because there are 5 different cars, I think there is, and each one has its own type of discipline, and they have to go through. But let's carry back on to what we're doing right now. As you can see, Springbok Gamer putting in a 1:19.392. I'm sure he's not going to be happy with that, because in the first qualification session he was doing approximately 1:17. So he's a second off his own pace at the moment. He's 2 seconds off his own pace, and I'm sure he's going to be wanting to bring that back into perspective and ensure that he actually gets down and does this the right way and get into that top pole position. Even though currently in the pits at the moment is Gav Pegg, who's sitting on a 1:18.247, which was a great time from him. He's pitting at the moment, so he's going out into the pits. Looks as though Tix is back out on the track. Maybe we'll switch over to him in a couple of seconds, and we'll have a look exactly where he is and what he's doing at the moment. But it seems as though, sorry, I do apologize, Tix has left this session. Let's go on board with Thomas. Thomas is doing 1:22s at the moment. I know he's going to be looking to make a huge improvement on that particular time and come back and do something when it comes to that in that regard. So once again, thank you for your comments. Thank you for joining us. We do have a great time here when it comes to the South African Academy Online Racing. Great to have you on board. It looks as though Thomas has lost it in Sector 2, just gone off there. I'm sure he's going to put himself back into perspective and bring that motor vehicle back onto the track safely without causing any hindrance to others, and then obviously finish it off. So we'll be watching and seeing what he's going to be doing around this track this evening. So approximately 1 minute left in this particular session, and I'm sure it's going to be all guns blazing to see and what they can be doing in this next session. That's quali number 3. I'm sure there's a lot of individuals wanting to make sure they take that pole position and obviously make it through. So we'll be watching this particular session, see who is going to be where and doing what. Looks as though Thomas has just retired from the session. This is obviously just to speed up things and make things happen a little bit quicker. We're waiting for Devon at the moment to see what him and Springbok Gamer are going to be doing. 19 seconds to go, so not much time left in this particular session, and then we will be moving on to the last qualification session, obviously to see who's going to be taking pole position here in Hungary this evening. So basically now 11 minutes to go for this, the quali number 3, and we're down to 5 at the moment. So let's see exactly what will be taking place this evening with these 5 gentlemen to see who's going to be taking pole position here at the Hungary Grand Prix. So currently one man has made a 1 minute 34 second, and don't tell me he's going to qualify on that for pole at the moment. I see somebody's just gone into the 1 minute 20. So consistency coming through from Devon at the moment. A nice drive from him coming in. Let's see what Springbok Gamer is going to do. Yes, he has put on a 1 minute 18.007. And that has put him in pole position currently. It looks as though, yes, we have that opportunity for Thomas to come in fourth position at the moment. Gav Pig obviously disqualified for some unknown reason, so I don't know why he was disqualified at the moment, but yep, it looks as though he has been DQ'd at the moment. Dylan is online. He's just said, sorry guys, yeah, should have checked the website. Yes, we are missing you at the moment, but there's still an opportunity for you to join if you want. Please get your rig up and ready and come and race with us. Yep, so there is still an opportunity for you to join the main race. We have sent out invites at the moment, so you can join us if you want to, because it will obviously be great to have you on board with us. So as I mentioned, if you haven't heard, we are doing Rock on Thursday night, which is the Race of Championships. That will be run by SAAOLR, and that's going to be a whole lot of fun. Yes, it is the Race of Champions, where there are different cars set up, and it's guys put against one another to see who is going to be the champion. And why don't you come and join us on Thursday night for that live stream, and we'll be showcasing some of the best online drivers in South Africa. So that would be great to join us there. Then we are on board with you again with the South African Racing Academy. Yes, that is going to be happening, and I see Dylan is coming online, so great to have him. He's going to be joining us hopefully. It's going to be great to see him on board with us. So speaking of Rocket Champions, that is the organizer for that particular race at SAAOLR, and he is one of the founders, so you can join us. All you need to do is get through to our website, and we are affiliated with SAAOLR as well, so you can join us there and obviously get that looking through there, and we'll put you on to the right place and the right person at the moment. So let me just give you a little bit of information on who is where and what, and does it. Some of the guys can't make it this evening. Yes, still getting lots and lots of messages there. So just to give you an indication of where we are when it comes to the driver standings, Wazzy, who's not with us this evening, he's way out in front with 192 points. Then we have Nesmax with 155 points, and then straight on to DeWitt at 108 points, and then Weza on 104 points, and then Springbok Gamer, he is on 103 points in the season so far. The Munna on 96 points, Gavin on 61 points, we have Tix on 48 points, and then we have next up in line, I think it's Donkey, and he is with 38 points. Then we have the Sackman on 37 points, Dylan on 32. So if he's coming in this evening, that's going to give him an opportunity to move up the points line. Vino for real on 27 points, Staff ZA on 19 points, Blixen P, we haven't seen him in a while, he's on 15 points. We have Ronald LaRue on 14 points, the judge himself on 14 points, and then two drivers who have since retired, and they are Stratum Ivan on 12 points, and then Pete Ballas on 8 points. So we were obviously, that is the driver standings, and obviously gives you an indication of where they are at the moment. So Lucas has messaged me. Unfortunately, sorry guys, he won't make it tonight. So hopefully he's going to be available for next week. And that's going to be really exciting to have him on board with us next week. Also one of the strong contenders in this championship at the moment. So it looks as though Dylan has joined. So that's going to be great news. He's going to be racing, probably starting from the back, but I don't think it's too bad at the moment. Because it will be up to 10 drivers. I'm not able to see who's in the lobby at the moment, but I can tell you it's going to be exciting stuff. Devon's just put on a 119. Remember, he started this race on a 122, so great drive from him, improving by at least 3 seconds on his drive, and I'm sure he's going to be wanting to make sure that he's going to be up in the points this evening, especially for the Renault team. And as we currently know, Williams is leading the championship constructors table at the moment, and then obviously it goes in to I think it is, yes, it's, if I'm not mistaken, it is the Force India team. Yes, the Force India team. They are second in the championship, constructors championship. So yep, there is some work for them to still do here this evening. And I think staff will be flying that flag for them this evening during this race. So at the moment we are in quali number 3. We have 1 minute and 18 seconds to go. So yep, this is going to be the championship, winning championship. So yep, it's great to have them on board this evening with us, and it's always great to have the guys racing. Thank you for joining us on the live stream. Nice to see the current championship. All good and well. Thanks Steph for doing that for us. Steph, one of the guys who really supports us here at the South African Academy Online Racing, so we appreciate all of his support, and it's great that we have that support from him. And then we have Turbo and Bullets. Turbo and Bullets does their Grand Prix racing, which is on Friday nights. That is run by DeWitt, also affiliated with the South African Academy Online Racing, as well as the SAAOLR group. And Turbo and Bullets is a club that holds their events on Friday nights, and that is 100% racing, as well as the GP side. The MotoGP, which is motorcycle racing, so it's all here, and it's all available for you. If you have a PlayStation 4 and you have one of these games and you are interested in getting involved with us, please let us know. You can either write in on the stream to get hold of us. All the contact details are at the bottom of this stream, and you can get hold of the various, you can look at the websites, you can have a look and go out there. The calendar is also available on the website of when the next races are and who is racing when and whenever. So this is all available to you guys, and as I mentioned, we greatly appreciate the time. So qualification 3 finishes, and who is the pole position holder? Well, it's going to be an interesting one this evening. Yes, it is. It's going to be Springbok Gamer. He has pole position. Best time was 1 minute 16.964, followed by Tix, who put in a 1 minute 17.244. So great drive from him. Then Devon, he on the Ultra Softs puts on a 1 minute 19. And then, as I mentioned, we go on to Thomas. He's also there. So if we look at the current situation here at the Hungary Grand Prix, We still have a little way to go. 50% racing. It's going to be a big one this evening. Oh, I see a number of guys have joined us, so that's great to see them here with us this evening. We have Talkies 76 with us. We have Gav. We have Weza. We have Steph ZA. Dylan is made it. Thank you for joining us, Dylan. Springbok Gamers there. We have Tix. We have Thomas, and we have Devon, and we have David. So there is going to be some racing going on here this evening. As I mentioned, normally we're sitting with about 16 drivers. The teams are full, but we do have a couple of drivers that have apologized and were not able to make it this evening. But I'm sure next week, Sunday at 6 p.m., we will definitely have these guys on board with us once again, and obviously watching what's happening along the lines. Here we go. We start off, and let's see if we can get this. Is, as we are well aware, it's the formation lap of the guys. They're coming around, just warming up the tires. Make sure the strategy. You can see that some of the guys are on different compound tires. I will let you see that now. What I don't like to do is show the guys that are watching the stream what the strategy are of the guys that are actually there and about. But what we do like to do is show you who's on which tires at the moment. Always a great pleasure to have the guys with us, and if you are joining us, thank you for doing so, and we hope that you enjoy the racing with us this evening. As we can see, Springbok Gamer hits the top position this evening. Will he get his first Grand Prix run here at the South African Academy Online Racing? Will it be this evening? This is all going to be happening at the moment. As I mentioned, we have 10 drivers in. Gavins has just left the session. Hopefully he can get in before we start this racing session at the moment, and I'm hoping that Gavin can come back in and join this race with us. So we have approximately 35 laps to do here in Hungary, and you will see they will start lining up. So nice to have 10 drivers on board with us this evening. As I said, the other 6 drivers unable to make it this evening, but we are going to enjoy this session as it happens. They're going to be lining up on the grid in the next couple of minutes, and then it's going to be all-out racing. Let me tell you, all-out racing. Some of the teams have to do some big work this evening to capitalize on that opportunity they've got, and they will be doing it this evening. So it's going to be fantastic to have them doing that. And we start right now here at the Hungary Grand Prix, and in a couple of seconds, like now, they are going to be out there doing their thing, making sure that they get to that #1 position here. You can see as they're coming through, it looks as though McLaren has gone through. Haas in second position, followed by the Red Bull, followed by De Vit in the Toro Rosso. It looks as though they're going to be opening up. As you can see now, in fourth position, it's a Red Bull as well, looking to come through at the moment. So lots of opportunity coming out there. Everybody at the moment looking to see what's going on. Gav Pig is in first position at the moment. We'll be seeing what's actually taking place with him, if he is able to join back. As I can see at the moment, he's not a part of this session, so we need to have a look and see who's going where. Currently, at the moment, it looks as though Tix is leading this race, because Gav Pig is not in this race at the moment. He's actually not here to be driving that car. Then we go on now to see what's going down a little bit. You can see there, it looks as though Springbok Gamer in third position. Is he going to hold on to that position at the moment? Hot on his tail is this gentleman at the moment, which is car number 55. car number 95, should I say, and that's De Wit. So we will be going on board with De Wit at the moment in the Toro Rossi to see where he's going to be doing and looking for that opportunity to get past Springbok Gamer at the moment. So he is looking for an opportunity, as you can see, down, gears it down, but keeps it quite tight into that corner, and then into this corner, straight down, looking for an opportunity to get past at the moment. It's all good and well, but it does seem that Gab Pig is not in that car at the moment. It looks as though a little bit out there for De Wit, but he is going to be just that slight error. Just that slight error, you can see exactly how that affects the overall performance of the driver on this track. The slightest error, and you will come up with opportunities missed to overtake. But I'm sure that's not going to bring De Wit down at the moment. He is going to be looking to take over that third spot if he can. He goes now into second position in the grid. You can see it's Gab Pig. If Gab Pig is not here at the moment, but he will be trying to get back in. I know that he does have some problems with his internet because he is connecting. He is a South African guy, but he is connecting from Ghana to get into the session. Here we go. Nice drive. Looks as though the opportunity is at a foot here with Springbok Gamer in second position, and Springbok Gamer not willing to give up that second spot, and I'm sure he's going to be going through and making sure he holds firm in position number 2. Just going back down now. Looks as though Devon 3 seconds behind the current leaders at the moment. So don't be despaired, because that still means he's well ahead the big points at the moment. Nice to see Tukki's in this race, and we will be going back down to see where he is. At the moment he has pitted that vehicle, so we'll have a see what he's up to this evening. Here's Thomas now. Thomas in, looking for an opportunity to come back. And I tell you what, first session, Thomas a little bit wide there. He will not be happy with that side, because here comes obviously Staff. Staff takes now 6th position, and there is a slight incident in sector 4, and there was a yellow brought out. If you look now, currently driving, it is Dylan looking to hold back, make sure he gets through. So this is going to be all good for Dylan at the moment, because this means he's in the points again. This is going to push him up onto the leaderboard in a big way. And there we're on with Wes at the moment, slightly back where he normally puts himself. Normally a very competitive driver, but sitting down in 9th position at the moment. 32 seconds behind the leader. Is he going to come back in a big way? Well, we do not know right now, but I'm sure it's going to all change up. Remember, this game is about strategy. It's about taking the opportunity as much as possible and look for those opportunities when it basically comes down to when do I pit, what tires am I using, and it goes from there. So being on board with these guys at the moment, let's have a go back to Tits at the moment, who's leading the race here in Hungary. Seems to have everything in control. Really has the opportunity. You can see how close the racing is at the moment between the top 3 of this race right now. And I can tell you now, it's not over till the fat lady sings. So I'm sure they're going to be looking and making sure this is all going down. Currently in 1st and 2nd position. Let's go back on board with this gentleman. We've at the moment looking for that opportunity to get past Springbok Gamer. Here's it down nicely, comes back. You see that opportunity coming through. Looks as though Devon has moved up into 4th position. I think that's his highest spot at the moment here at the South African Academy Online Racing Esports Series Season 3. And I tell you what, it's a great ride happening with us. If you look at these two alone, the competition that's ahead here is going to be very, very interesting. You can see just in front of him ticks, and they're not giving him an edge. It's all going to be down to strategy. Who's going to be putting and when and where. In 4th position now, Dylan just moved up. Nice job from him at the moment. Gavin, unfortunately, out of this race with Tooks, so we're in 8th position at the moment. So how far is Dylan now? He's 35 seconds behind the leader at the moment. So we'll be watching what's going on. Nice drive from him at the moment. Nice to have you guys on board and watching the stream here. Really appreciate it, guys. So thank you very much for that. Just bearing with the guys at the moment, making sure. But as I said, this is where the race is about to take place. We've got full view of these 3 drivers at the moment. So very nice happenings here. What we're seeing between the 3 top drivers of this race. 90, oh, a little bit wide there from Springbok Gamer, but he tended to bring that in. So that's very good from his side. Nice to see him controlling that, but also great drive from David. I'm sure David's going to be looking to come back in a big way on what's actually taking place. Always great to see the guys challenging one another and applying the pressure. So great stuff from him at the moment. So we're going to stick with this threesome and see where they are going from here and how far it's going to be going down between this threesome right up front. So currently it is Tix, Springbok Gamer, and then David. They're all running softs at the moment, which is the yellow tires. And as we are pretty eager to watch what's going back and happening at the moment, Dylan seems to have dropped down from Devon at the moment back into 5th position. He's 3 seconds behind Devon at the moment. So a little bit of a strategy right now from this gentleman, David, who's now taking a quick pit stop. Comes in, he's out. Is there anybody out there coming down the main straight at the moment? It looks as though he has that advantage. That was almost a 27 seconds pit stop there. So let's have a look and see if they can bring it together, because now Tux has to do a stop. He's gone straight onto the mediums. Good strategy from him, where he wants to go to the end of this race on those mediums. So we are lap 9 of 35 at the moment. Once again, great drive, all looking. We can just have a look down to see where the rest of the drivers are. And let's have a look at Springbok Gamer. Some distance away now. Coming through start and finish. You can see that gap slightly bigger now. And obviously it looks as though he's being caught at the moment. There's our number 1 driver at the moment for this Grand Prix, which is Tux at the moment, doing a superb job, keeping it all under control, making sure we're not making any mistakes here this evening. So great driving from him at the moment. So as you can see, he's done approximately 9 laps on the current setup that he's running, those soft tires. It looks as though Springbok Gamer also rocking it with 9 laps. I think one is waiting for the other one to see what sort of decision they're going to make in order to look at pitting at the moment. But it looks as though Springbok Gamer has gone into the pits at the moment. We can switch up to him now and see exactly what he is doing at the moment. So it looks as though, if we look quickly across the board, there he is. What is he putting on? He's putting on mediums at the moment. So he's also full intention to complete this race on that. Nice time from De Wit, who puts on the fastest. A good 1:21 seconds, so he's catching. Where is De Wit? De Wit has moved into 2nd position at the moment on that strategy. So now it's all up to what's going to be happening now with Tux. Tux needs to make a decision. He's on lap number 10 on these current tires. Will he now make the decision to go in and possibly change those tires? This is going to be an interesting one. Let's have a look now where these guys are on the track. If we look out there, there's De Wit. And here we go. Is he going to go in? Yes, he is. And this is now where it's going to get really interesting, because it's 28 seconds. And you can actually watch that timer going down on the side of the screen to who and where and what's going to be happening. Because if we go back now to this gentleman, De Wit, he is now coming around and looking for that session. Here he comes now, going back to the pit. It looks as though he's coming out. Where is De Wit? De Wit is still behind him at the moment. Yes, there is De Wit coming down the main straight. You can see just in front of him is Tux, and what a nice job he's done to remain in that top position. 7 seconds now. So he had to make that opportunity to go out there and look for that opportunity to come back and establish that 2nd position. Here's Thomas. He's moved up to 7th place. Nicely done from his side. Here's Staff, driving very well this evening for his teammate who's not able to join us this evening, which is Wazzy, who's the current leader of the championship. Remember, this is also about the team. It's about ensuring, from the constructor's point of view, you want to ensure that your team is doing well. So number 41 there, Staff, in the Force India vehicle, is making sure that he's going to get as many points as he can in order to keep that position. However, I see a number of laps being done. He's currently on 7 laps on those specific tires. Let's whiz our way up through. So at the moment, it looks like the Williams car is being used by Dylan this evening. He's not in his normal car, which is the Alfa Romeo, but it does not matter because all these cars are equal on performance when it comes to this. A bit of over braking there, lock up on those tires. Remember, tire temperature, very important here, because track temperature does affect overall what is actually going on. So yeah, we are really well into this evening. So lap number 14 here, and it looks as though Dylan has dropped down a position, and up in 4th spot is Weza, doing quite nicely now, bringing himself to the forefront here and pushing up. We've had 3 retirees at the moment, so 7 still left in this race. Lots of opportunities still. And never give up, never give up. So you can see 22 seconds behind the current leader at the moment. De Wit still holding on at the moment, wanting to make sure he's going to be going through. So that's going to be a great opportunity for him to push himself up the championship log table. Obviously sitting in 3rd spot at the moment, so this will put him with some points at the moment. If you look across there, obviously tight on his heels is Springbok Gamer, also looking for that opportunity as well to make sure that he's going to be catching when he can. Here is Springbok Gamer at the moment, and as you can see, nicely done from his side, also looking for that opportunity. So bearing down at the moment, you can see we're doing quite nicely with Tix leading this particular Grand Prix. On board with Springbok Gamer, he's now down 16 seconds on our current leader. Let's have a look now. 4 seconds is the gap between Tix and David in car 96, driving for Toro Rosso. I'm sure that he's going to be looking for that opportunity, pushing that car as much as possible to get through to catching Tix at the moment. I can assure you there's going to be no rest for David at the moment. He's going to be looking for that opportunity, and if he can pull it all together, you can see there, look at that gap getting narrower and narrower at the moment. So I'm sure he's going to be looking to push himself beyond his limits to catch Tix at the moment. Springbok Gamer now down 17 seconds from the leader, so going a little bit slower. It looks as though Weza in 44 seconds behind the leader, and then just behind him is Staff at the moment, so in 5th position. Thomas doing very nicely at the moment, making sure he's retained that 6th position, and that will do well for the Red Bull team on their points situation. David is looking to be catching him slightly, I think, right now, having a look at that. Then if we look down a little bit more, Dylan, he's 6 seconds behind Thomas at the moment. So there is some rivalry happening between this gentleman and this gentleman at the moment. And as you can see, David gone off the track to allow Springbok Gamer to come past him. Very nice, courteous driving from himself in allowing that to happen. So very nice from Springbok Gamer, pushing the limits in 3rd position at the moment. You can see him also wanting to close that gap between himself and this gentleman who is David at the moment. Nice drive from all of them at the moment, and really hanging on as much as possible to make this happen. So we are on lap 20 of this race, and still lots of opportunity. You can see that gap getting shorter and shorter when it comes down to the distance and time between David and Tix at the moment. Does David have enough in him to get past now Tix? And I'm sure he's all focused on, you can see the green light flashing, which means go, everything is clear. And I'm sure he's going to have that mindset to get up there and try and get that #1 spot. So that's going to be his total focus point, is to make sure that he's going to be ending at least on the top of the log there. So nicely done when it comes through to this happening right now. So here comes now Tix. Slightly now, he's down into 2nd position now, based on what I've just seen. So here we go. De Wit now leading this Grand Prix. As I said, very, very close driving, and all of a sudden it takes that instance of a second for that all to happen. So yeah, very interesting, going down there, making sure things happen, and as you can see now, taking that position. So currently now on board with De Wit, who's leading this race. It looks as though he's coming to a situation where he needs now, he's got on 13 laps on these specific tires. Yo, lost it there for a second. So very nice driving from him. Just having a look now at the review. I don't know actually what took place there. Very nice driving once again from the top guys of this race. Looks as though here is Thomas at the moment. Then Staff in 6th position. Then we move on to Dylan at the moment. Dylan in 5th position. Weza in 4th position at the moment. 23 laps gone. So is there now an opportunity? So there I now see what happened. So obviously Tix had an incident there, came off the track, which allowed De Wit to go past. So very nice driving from him, which has given Springbok Gamer now an opportunity to catch up to Tix. Does he put himself now an opportunity to get past Tix now into 2nd position? Let's go on board with Springbok Gamer. Let's see if we can make a difference here. There's some traffic coming up. So does this give some opportunity to Springbok Gamer to get past into that 2nd position? Holding it tight. Tix has got past Thomas at the moment. Blue flag rising. Nicely done from his side. Don't lose it. So now very close racing between 2nd place and 3rd. Gives an opportunity to come back Great drive from these two drivers. Lap number 25. So 10 laps left in the current session. So on board once again with Springbok Gamer. Here just in front of him. There's the rear. You can see, there we go. There's Springbok Gamer in the distance. That distance is 2 seconds, almost 3. But you can see it's a long way when you are trying to get ahead. Here's De Wit now. He's well in to getting where he wants to be at leading this race. Back down to Thomas in 7th position. Staff in 6th position. Dylan doing quite nicely for himself in 5th position. Here is Weza at the moment doing quite nicely for himself as well. So all goes well right now for Springbok Gamer, looking for that opportunity, looking to make a chance for himself. And I tell you what, he's now 3 seconds now, so he is losing ground. Is it because he has now 14 laps on those mediums? Well, I can tell you now, Tix is on 13 and De Wit is on 17 laps on these tires. Has he got enough gap available to maybe go in and change those tires? So, somebody off in sector 2. Not quite sure who it was, but obviously there is an incident. Here's Tix now. He's still on the track. De Wit still in 1st position. Lap number 26. All good and well. Looking for that opportunity. Very nicely done. So all is going well. De Wit now 18 laps on these mediums. They are obviously durable, much to his satisfaction currently. De Wit's just got a 3-second penalty, multi-warning. Obviously we have strict on, so yeah, very interesting from his side. It looks as though there is an opportunity for him to lose, but he is 21 seconds ahead. Now this affects his overall strategy, because is he going to pit? And that's the question. If he's on 21 seconds ahead currently and he pits with a 3-second penalty, this could in fact cause an overall upset of who's going to take this championship today here in Hungary. If I look back now, it's 22 seconds. Springbok Gamer is 2 seconds, just 2 seconds behind that second spot position. It looks as though yellow flags are out in sector 2. Not quite sure what is the problem there, but I'm sure we'll get some information to you on that current situation. All good and well. Springbok Gamer looking for an opportunity to take on Tix at the moment. Staff has still maintain that 6th position. Springbok Gamer has now moved up a position. So there's where that incident was. If we look quickly, maybe we can see what the opportunity there. I missed that, but I'm sure this is not where Tux is going to leave it. And I think what we could do possibly is just go quickly on board with Tux, because I tell you what, he's going to not allow that to happen with Springbok Gamer. I think he's going to be looking for that opportunity to get past him, and anywhere he'll be creeping and sneaking, just to make sure that if Springbok Gamer makes one mistake, he will be up in that 2nd spot. So nice from him to be there. Obviously Springbok Gamer did start off in pole position. You can see the pressure now coming in very tight on Springbok Gamer, trying to go on the outside of Springbok Gamer is Tux at the moment, I'm sure. Here we go. A bit of braking, making sure he's pushed it down. 4th, 5th, here comes 6th gear, looking here into the sweeping corner. 7th coming around, looking for that opportunity, and you can see how Tux is pushing at this point in time to get past Springbok Gamer. Here we go through the S's. Is he going to take an inside? Now we're going to go to an extreme left, and then into an extreme right, then through an S section to the left, and then once again to the right, and then into a 90-degree down the bottom of the hill here. Is he going to be able to do this? He's looking, he's coming up partly. There he goes. No opportunity found, but it could be here. It could be here. Looking for that opportunity to get past. As you can see, rightly so, Springbok Gamer protecting his line, making sure he stays pretty wide as he can on this particular track. He knows Tux is right behind him. He feels it right here. He sees Tux go in. Is he going to cut in? No, he's not. He's going to hold his line. Well done. Very nice driving from both of these. Oh, there we go. Unfortunately, too much pushing it, too much. It looks as though he's going to be turning this around, putting it back on, and now nursing it. Now this is going to give Weza an opportunity. You can see the strategy there. 48 seconds on the board, but Weza is now got a big opportunity to come in there. Hard lines for Tux there. He was pushing hard. He was pushing extremely hard to get past, but obviously too much pushing. You can see now this car is very, very difficult to drive without that front wing. Exciting what's coming up in the 2019 Formula One season. Number of changes made to the car in order to allow more closer driving. In other words, there were some changes made to the aerodynamics of the car, and this is going to allow for better following behind the cars, and that's going to be exciting for the 2019 season, because those restrictions are going to come into play, where they have to change and conform to allow for more closer racing. 33 laps. Absolutely done. All good and well at the moment. I think you might have lost a bit of sound. Hopefully it's back. So as I was mentioning, 33 laps done and dusted. There seemed to have been an incident obviously with Tux and with Weza. Tux obviously pushing it way too much and way too hard, and then obviously finding himself off the track. Damaged the front wing. It was 44 seconds. He then took 20 seconds to actually get into the pits. By that time, Weza comes screaming past, and now we're in a situation where Weza, very nicely driven from his side, is sitting in third place. Now, if I look there at Springbok Gamer, he's 29 seconds behind the leader. So he's still got a long way to go, but we have Weza now in the picture. Is he going to be catching him at the moment? I don't know. It's hell of a farm. We haven't got too much to go. But I can tell you now, 34 laps is done. And I'm gonna basically say, at the moment, if I look now at where we are, this gentleman is going to be the champion of the Hungary Grand Prix. And I tell you what, he's driven a very nice race this evening. Great strategy from him, sitting in third, obviously looking for that opportunity. He saw Springbok Gamer not go in. He went into the pits, changed up, got those mediums on as quickly as possible, and then out he was, which then put him into second position. Very nice job. Then unfortunately, applying pressure, Tux unfortunately loses. Therefore, De Wit goes into number 1 position. So very nice job from him. Then we see that Tux has another opportunity to, in that second spot, to keep that position. Unfortunately, he does not. Loses it slightly. Springbok Gamer gets past. Then he loses it again, but there's rain. Guys, this is all happening here at the Hungary Grand Prix, because now the rain has started. Here we go. What a season we've had this year. Many of our races affected by rain, and here's a clear result. Are they able to handle on the last lap? I'm sure they will be, but here we go. Thank goodness for that, because I tell you what, it would have been even more hectic if it had started raining during the actual race. It's all about getting to the finish line. That's what it's about. De Wit nursing that car, making sure he's keeping it in the middle of the track, also to ensure that he does not crash this vehicle. This is his opportunity to take pole and the champion of Hungary right here, right now. Is he going to finish this job? Everybody's eyes are peeled on this current situation. The rain is coming down. He's got to watch himself. Tires seem to be handling fine. Tux out of the race. Tux crashes, unfortunately. Like 3 laps to go, unfortunately, he crashes. Springbok Gamer is going to take second position. Nicely done. It's 2 minutes left of this racing, and I tell you what a fantastic race this has been to start 2019. You have been watching the channel of the South African Academy Online Racing. This is the eSports Series, season number 3. We appreciate the time and the effort, and we thank you for watching. Those that have watched the full stream, wow, thank you guys for the support here at the South African Academy Online Racing. Remember, this Thursday coming, we have the Race of Champions happening at SAAOLR. Please join us, and that will be live streaming as well. Nice to see there is the champion of today's race, which is De Wit. A great opportunity. You can see him out in front there, and you can see number 2 is it looks like, yes, Springbok Gamer, and position number 3 is going to be the Red Bull. So Wesa comes back. Nice job from him. He started off in last position and ended up on that podium today. Great driving from these three drivers. We thank you for watching, and remember, next week we have the next episode in this championship, and that is here on the South African Academy Online Racing. Thank you for the opportunity. Thank you for joining us, and I'm sure you can see the end result there. Nicely done by all these drivers. 25 points in. It all goes down well this evening. We'll see you next time here on the South African Academy Online Racing next Sunday, where these gentlemen will be back in full force. It will be probably 16 drivers looking to make their dreams come true here on the South African Academy Online Racing Season 3 Esports Series. Once again, I sign out and thank you for your time, and I really appreciate it. Thank you for watching.